Good morning, everyone. This is Winfred Burns, your money mentor, CEO, Global Drive Network, and Rent a Big Man clothing line. So, real quick, I want to just give you a motivation, a little morning motivation, but I also want to, in the process, give you a little correction. So on Friday, we talked about intensity and what to expect from when you are intense and focused on your goal. Now, let me, I gave somewhat of a balance to that, but I also want to say this. First of all, here's your motivation. Your motivation for the day is that the thing that you are purposed to do will happen. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to continue to, again, to be anxious about it. You don't have to continue to, you definitely want to now, to not worry and to not be anxious does not mean that that you're not intense or that you're not focused, okay? There's a difference. Worrying says that I don't think I can do this, and so I'm afraid, or I'm going to let this overwhelm me. Same thing with anxiety. Anxiety is a unnatural, unhealthy fear, and we know that fear is not good. So you don't want to do those. However, you do, again, you want to focus and you want to be intense on what you're going for. So notice, so those are two different things. Now, what I want to say is, I've gotten and had several conversations with men and women who have been in who are in relationships. And because of your focus and your intensity, you have made, some have even made the decision to lose or leave a relationship because they want to focus on their work. And that is not good. So, my word to you is that your passion and your focus and your intensity should not cause you to lose love. Now, if you're not in a relationship, if you're like me, who I am single, I'm not married, so I can do some things that people who are married can't do. I can, so that's different. But if you are married, if you are in a committed relation, well, if you're married, if you're in just dating, that's a different story. But if you're married, you shouldn't be getting divorced because of your so-called intensity to get your drive, to get your whatever you're doing. There's a huge difference. I listened to, if you listen to, I believe it's his teaching on singleness, Bishop Noel Jones, he said something that was profound that I honestly had to admit to myself, that there is a difference sometimes between being single, or excuse me, being driven, and having such an arrogance that because you just want to get there within yourself. And that's arrogance. So there's a difference between that. There's a difference between drive to want to get there and, having a selfish ambition to do it. And if you are doing something from a selfish ambition, it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, when you come home, it doesn't make sense for you to have all the accomplishments and all of the dreams and all of the awards, accolades, the checks, the nice house, planes, whatever it is, and be by yourself. That is not what you want. Again, I'm single, I'm divorced. I'm single, I was married. So I'm saying this in part from experience and in part from several years of counseling other couples. It's not worth it. Even let's put this in the role of someone who's not an entrepreneur or things like that. It's not even as important to make money for, if you work at a regular, work for a company or corporation, to try to move up the corporate ladder. If those things if that's getting in the way of your family, it's not worth it. And you want to stop. I'll say the same thing for ministry. If you are in ministry and you are doing something in ministry and it is getting in the way, if you're about to lose your family over it, or if something like that, then it's not worth it. Now the balance to that is, if you are with someone who is driven, and you've known all along they're driven because most likely that's one of the things that attracted you to him or her, then it is unfair to then ask them to stop doing what they are doing in order to make you happy. That is an unfair expectation. So you can work on creating some type of plan that you both are happy. But if when you met me, I was working 67, I was working a lot and I was trying to build a business, and you knew that's what I was trying to do, and you've never raised an objection about it until now, then we had talked before about putting yourself in a position where you're seen as a threat. Now, in the mind of the other person, you're a threat, and you've lied to them and you betrayed them, because all along you knew that this was the person that they are, or that they were, and you never said anything. So even if that is the case, you still have to create some compromise on both sides. Because again, if you met me and I was this way, and all of a sudden you thought I was going to change without any discussion, without us having any type of conversation about it, then that's going to come as a surprise, and that really is not fair. So again, I wanted to this morning just to kind of lay that on your mind, because I'm seeing it a lot. And ladies, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm actually lately seeing it more in ladies than in men. Partially because right now, women are starting businesses at higher rates than men. So right now it's about 6-to-1 ratio that women are starting businesses, which I think is completely awesome. So keep doing your things, ladies. However, again, just like during the 60s and 70s and things like that, it was unacceptable for men to work so much that it cost them relationships with their families. Now I'm saying the same thing, that ladies, that's not acceptable either. So you want to, you guys want to have those conversations now, because it's not worth it. Again, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from experience, and I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Now, I will say again, you guys know I don't believe in the traditional definition of balance. But you have to create something to where you are continuing to pour into one another. So even if that means you dedicate one weekend a month where you don't work, and you just spend that time, booed up, or you take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you guys just do whatever it is that you want to do together. Do that. That's a great compromise. Or, if on your days off, if you work, and your day off is during the week, where you guys do something that day. Do something. Figure something out, where you exercise together every day. But there has to be some compromise on both sides, or it won't work. Because again, it is not worth losing someone who loves you and someone who cares about you over money, over position, over status, or anything like that. Your passion, your vision, your purpose will happen. I can promise you that. You can focus in those other moments on that. But when it's time to be husband, when it's time to be wife, be present, because it's not worth it. Again, experience talking here. This is the guy who never took a day off. This is the guy who would put money, making money, and doing it with, in my mind, and at least in large part, with the understanding and with the idea that this was for my family. But come to realize, guess what? Your family wants more than your money. They want you. And they want you to be present. They want you to pay attention to them. They want you to invest in them more than financially. So that's my motivation for today. Yeah, it doesn't sound cute, and there's no rah-rah in that, but I want it to be a wake-up call, because I don't want to see you lose love and the opportunity of someone who really does care about you for that. So you guys know, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll definitely answer them as soon as I can, as best as I can. But know that I care about you, and I love you, and I want the best for you, because you are so valuable and needed, yeah, you're valuable and you're needed and you're wanted. So don't ever feel like you are not. And if you're with someone who is complaining about the way you spend your time and want, make the adjustment. Ask for, you can ask questions, though I'm not saying be blind and things like that, but at the same time, don't think that all that complaining is just them nagging. What they're really saying is they miss you and they want you around more and they need you to be active. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. And don't inbox me talking about, so you must have been talking about my wife or my husband. I don't want to hear. But if you have legitimate questions, just ask. I'll be more than happy to help. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.